something strange is happening here in Costa Rica. Somehow, the tiny town of Manuel Antonio has not one, not two, but 7 abandoned airplanes in or around its borders. For context, there are more converted airplanes here than there are in the entire United States. And we want to figure out why. Our project today is to answer 3 big questions. How did these planes get here? Why are they here? And finally, does Costa Rica truly have some strange obsession with abandoned airplanes? Our journey starts, well, in planes. I don't know if this counts as ironic or just coincidental. Either way, after flying into San Jose, we drove towards Manuel Antonio, the epicenter of Costa Rica's airplane phenomenon, despite a population of only 14,000. But before even making it to the town, something on the side of the road caught our eye.
All right, we've done an emergency U-turn. Can anybody guess why we did this?
And if you guessed finding an abandoned airplane on the side of the road, well, you'd be right. That's exactly what we found. And this was very surprising to us. We came into this trip expecting to see 5 abandoned airplanes, and somehow we'd already added another, which is especially crazy because we're not even close to Manuel Antonio.
I can't believe it.
Almost a full hour of driving later, and we were looking for our hotel. And luckily, not too hard to miss an airplane on the side of the road.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, look. Oh, there it is. No way. Costa Verde. That's it. That's it. We have found it. We have found our hotel.
Except it turns out this wasn't our hotel.
I don't think it's the right place.
You don't think these massive airplane wings could possibly be where we're trying to go?
This is where we're having dinner tonight, but not where we need to be right now.
That's 2 planes we've already found on the side of the road, and yet neither of them is the one that we're looking for. You see what we mean by obsession? We asked for directions from the waiter, consulted a map, and got back in the car for a very short drive to the plane that we were actually trying to get to.
Right there, right there, right there.
Right next to the barbecue grill and live music.
Second tries the charm, as they say.
We'd finally made it to Hotel Costa Verde, location of the Cockpit Cabana Room, the renovated airplane we'd be spending the night in. This place has turned 4 airplanes into hotel rooms and 1 into a restaurant. We were hyped to finally be here, but there was a catch. As we were checking in, all of the questions we had come here trying to answer were swirling around in our heads. And right now, in this present moment, one stood out above the rest. Everything we'd seen about this place online made it look amazing, but we were extremely curious to see, would it live up to the hype? Would it be worth the high price we paid for it? As we made our way over to our room, we truly didn't know what to expect.
Okay, we think our room is right over here. Our cockpit of our airplane is right over here.
Cockpit Cabana. I'm just gonna park right here.
Don't know exactly where it is, but they said in this general direction.
Here we go, boys.
Let's go.
It's somewhere in this jungle.
We're going into a jungle. Oh, you see it? No way.
Is that it? Oh my god.
Oh,
What?
wow. That is sick.
Private cockpit cabana. This is an Airbnb.
Yeah.
You can sleep in here.
Hotel.
That's crazy.
Let's check it out. All together.
All right, who goes first? Who wants to do the honors?
Don't ask the key.
Oh my gosh.
What the heck?
Wow!
Is it cool?
Sorry, this flight is full.
We have our boarding
I got a
passes.
first class ticket,
You're on standby. You can't board. It's full.
sir.
Welcome to United Flights 1313. This is
Oh my
crazy.
goodness.
Yeah.
Wait, it
Got
looks
the
so
cockpit
fancy.
here.
This shape looks like you're in an airplane.
And there's an actual cockpit.
All right, Bill, co-pilot. Ignition engines on.
This is so cool.
Pulling up in 3, 2. Wow, I love that.
Oh, you're actually doing stuff.
That is crazy. Whoa.
You're actually moving it back and forth.
I want to go this way.
Oh, we're going this way.
No,
we're going
this
this way.
way.
Kid. We're going this way.
Guys, don't break it.
Break it? Yeah. I love that you turned with me.
I love that we can see people at the front, the front window of our airplane cockpit.
We promise we will not hit you.
I can tell you right now, there was nothing to be worried about. The Cockpit Cabana is officially just as cool in real life as it looked online, and way more fun.
Passengers, we're gonna have a smooth flight here into Costa Rica. We should be landing at the same time we're taking off. It'll be a very short flight. Sit back. Relaxable. Autopilot's going on in 3, 2, engage.
Alright, seatbelt sign is off. Please feel free to explore the cabin.
True.
And speaking of roaming around the cabin, let's do a quick tour. This private cockpit cabana comes with a fully functional cockpit, a small kitchenette, a little living area with couches and a TV, 2 beds, luckily kings, because we will have to share, an awesome open air bathroom with probably the best view I've ever seen in a bathroom, and even a deck.
There's a bathtub out there. Oh, shotgun bathtub.
Shotgun bathtub with Ollie.
Okay.
with quite possibly the best view of any bathtub ever.
Wow. What are these two doing over here?
Pedro trying to give me a bath.
My normal clothes.
The only regret we have about this room is that we didn't stay more nights.
This is one of the coolest hotel rooms I've ever stayed in.
This is the most unique hotel room I've ever stayed in for sure.
Easily.
Ooh, is it AC? Let's turn that on.
True. Gosh. It's a bit sweltering.
Dylan, what are you doing?
Oh, he's getting on top of the
Then you get on the roof of the plane.
That's epic.
What?
Pura vida, way.
I am the captain now.
You ever meditated on top of an airplane before?
This will be a first, but this is crazy.
We've been here for 5 minutes and Doran's already climbing stuff.
Now look, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, we only have a day to investigate all of the questions we came here to answer. We don't have time to be doing all this monkeying around. The problem was that we weren't the only ones.
We've got monkeys.
It's so tiny.
Literally right on our back.
Oh, you can't really see him. Right there.
Where is it?
Right there.
Get your head out of the way.
Oh, they're above us.
They're all coming down.
They're above us. Oh,
right there.
Oh wait, look at them all right there.
That was. Oh my.
They're right.
Gosh.
You guys like
Wow,
the
they're hopping
airplanes?
all over the trees over there.
You guys like the airplanes? Wow, that's sick.
That was cool.
That's sick. Pura vida. We've already been to 3 airplanes today, but we're no closer to figuring out how they got here or why they're here in the first place. We have a little less than 1 day to start figuring out these answers, and frankly, we didn't come here with a plan. We're not actual journalists, so we decided that our first move was going to be doing exactly what anyone would do at any other hotel, asking the front desk.
We want to ask about planes, like learn more about the, I guess, history, or see if there's anywhere we can go to learn more about
Okay,
the history of all the planes.
about the one here, restaurant one.
And within a few minutes, we knew that Alejandro and Jose here were our boys. These two legends answered our questions for over 25 minutes, and they knew some pretty wacky stories about these planes.
Have you seen American Made? The movie, Tom
No.
Cruise?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they say that this is the one that Barry Seals used once when the Iran-Contra case, Iran-Contra Nicaragua.
That's right, this plane was in a Tom Cruise movie, right there. Alejandro and Jose had little stories like this for every single plane on the property, which was especially amazing because after talking to them, we decided to go out and visit all of those planes for ourselves.
Oh, whoa.
Just right there. Oh!
How did we miss this?
After this one was the 727 fuselage. This one has like a funny story. They were using that one only for firemen's simulations and stuff like that. And he spoke with the chief of the fireman station, and he was asking about the plane, and he said, if you want it, you can get it. That's yours.
We also learned that another plane here on the property, the private Skyloft, which is this blue plane perched above the jungle, was originally connected to our hotel room, the Cockpit Cabana. That used to be one plane.
But we counted as we have more planes. You know, it's
That's
the
what-
same one. We caught it, but it's the same.
The last of the hotel's planes was the private Cockpit Cottage, which, by the way, is incredibly different from the private Cockpit Cabana.
Prohibited
Not
to
allowed
climb
to
on
climb on
jet.
the jet.
You know,
already done that.
I know someone who may have been climbing on a jet earlier.
And while it didn't really have a super interesting story behind it or anything, it did have the best entrance out of all the planes.
Oh my god.
But even after 25 minutes of talking, we still had one very important question for Alejandro.
Why do you think there are 5 or I guess 4 entire planes here?
Probably there's not a reason for that.
No reason?
No. This one was the first one. After
Yeah.
that, maybe he thought about make another one as a
Yeah.
one. And after that, you know, if you have the chance to get another one, you'll get it. So
Yeah,
I don't think there is like a reason for that.
that's super interesting. Epic. Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much. Okay, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Okay, all of this is great, but where are we at with our investigation and the 3 big questions we came here to answer? After visiting every plane on the property and talking to a few people who clearly knew their history about this place, here's what we know. As far as how did the planes get here, well, one guy, the owner of this place, just decided to get them. He didn't even have to buy them. It sounds like they were free. As for why the planes are here, again, it just comes back to this one guy decided that he wanted to make them into hotels. And then is there some grand obsession among Costa Ricans for converted airplanes? And honestly, we don't really know. Clearly the people here do care about this history, but it just all seems to come back to this one guy. every thread of the investigation comes back to this mysterious owner. And that's unfortunate. If we had planned this out better ahead of time, we could have asked for an audience with him or requested an interview. But as it stands, we only have a few hours before our dinner at El Avion, the final plane of the day. And the more we look at what we've learned so far, it just seems like unless we talk to him, a lot of these questions are gonna go unanswered. Sadly, this kind of feels like the end of our investigation. Or maybe not. You see, there was one part of the conversation with Alejandro that we haven't told you about yet. We asked him about the owner of this place, and here's what he had to say.
Is the owner, is he still here? Does he like...
Yeah, he actually stayed here.
He lives here?
If you go to the pool bar, maybe you find him.
Yep, you heard that right. He just said that the owner might be at the pool right now.
Really?
He really
We'd love
loves
to talk to him.
His name is Alan.
Yeah?
So probably you're gonna see there at the pool.
They gave us directions to the pool bar,
We'll go check it out.
You can ask to the bartender.
All right.
That's epic.
and we were off. Even if there is just a small chance that he's actually there and willing to talk to us, we have to try, right? I mean, this is why we came. There were a bunch of people at the pool and we didn't know what Alan looked like, but we listened to Jose's advice and asked the bartender, who, amazingly, told us that Alan was there, right now.
Is it over there? Do we want to interview him?
Don't you?
We have one option.
And after awkwardly sitting there and waiting for a few minutes, we finally mustered up the courage to go and talk to him.
You guys, hello.
Hola.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. We're actually filming a video to try and learn about the airplanes, and we weren't expecting you to be here. We were told you recognize me. Yeah, they told us. We gotta find Alan. But we were curious if we could ask you maybe 5 minutes worth of questions just to get the history of the planes. And
We couldn't believe this was happening. We came on this trip with 3 big questions, and it was starting to look like they would just never be answered. But somehow, here we were, interviewing Alan Templeton, the owner of Hotel Costa Verde, and almost definitely the only person in the entire world who could truly and honestly answer our questions.
Okay, so what do you want to know about the planes?
Yeah, I mean, we were mostly just curious, what is going on here? What is the story behind how all of these airplanes got into this little tiny area?
There's a story.
we'd love to hear it. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how to start this story.
Okay, you know someone's stories are going to be good when they say that. And Alan's definitely were. He gives the full stories on how he got the planes.
I guess it starts in October 2000 when I brought down the C-123. That was left in the airport in San Jose when the counter-revolutionaries got taken down by a missile. So they left the C-123 at the airport and abandoned, sold it for $1,000 to a scrap dealer.
Oh my God.
I managed to find a scrap dealer and I asked him, I said, okay, how much you want to sell it for? He goes, $15,000. And my partner offered $2,000. Whoa. We got it for $3,000. Wow. That was a good deal. I was trying to get the 727 and I've been there since 91.
Wow.
I couldn't find the owner. It took me until 2006 to find the owner.
Oh, wow.
Then I found the owner and he gave it to me.
No
He
way.
gave it. That was the first 2 planes. There's like 2 more.
Once you start, you can't stop.
Well, now I'm stopping.
Okay.
I'm stopping.
And after these great stories about how he bought the planes, Alan also gave us insight into how he got them to Manuel Antonio.
And then we got it down here by truck. Well, not by truck. Wings we brought down by truck. But the fuselage, we had to truck it down to the Puerto Portuguesa and send it by a motorized ferry.
Wow.
The ferry brought it to Campos, and the Campos, we picked it up with a backer.
It only took a few minutes of talking to Alan for us to finally answer the first of our 3 big questions. As for the second question, well, Alan was prepared to put that one to rest as well.
You know, it was a Forbes magazine article that I found in 2000 about a guy that was taking 727s and turning them into homes that would be hurricane proof. And it turned out he never built them.
It was just all gone.
Yeah,
That's why we couldn't find any.
So I called him up. I said, well, where can I go see one of your homes? Because I've never built one. That was just Photoshop. Forbes.
Oh my God.
Yep, turns out the inspiration for this entire concept came from a scam, thus answering question number 2, leaving us with only one big question left. And when we asked it to Alan,
I don't think it has anything to do with Costa Rica.
Okay.
I think it has everything to do with the fact that I like to bring planes.
Cool. That is so awesome.
We ended the interview, said thank you and goodbye to our new friend Alan, and made our way to El Avion for dinner. Which seemed fitting considering it's the final airplane of our trip, but was the original airplane that started it all. And it was here, eating dinner inside of the fuselage of a giant abandoned, shot down airplane, where we truly reflected on the day we had just had. Regardless of the outcome of our little investigation, we just had an incredible time in one of the most unique settings on this earth. Absolutely none of it happened the way we expected, but that made it all the better. And if you're still watching this video, we sincerely hope that you enjoyed this journey just as much as we did.